It was a night like any other, or so it seemed to Sarah as she strolled through the darkly lit streets of the city. The glowing lights flickered above her, casting an unnatural glow on the walkway below. She had just left a late night movie with friends, but now she found herself alone, her friends having split off in different directions. As she walked, she couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. A whisper of unease creeping into her mind. Sarah checked her phone, but the screen remained blank, drained of its life. She cursed under her breath. Realizing her battery had died, she looked around, trying to get her bearings, but the unfamiliar surroundings only added to her growing sense of disorientation. The streets seemed to twist and turn, leading her deeper into the labyrinth of the city. As she wandered, Sarah stumbled upon a narrow passageway. Hidden away from the main thoroughfare, a chill ran down her spine as she peered into the darkness, but something compelled her to venture further. The path was a maze of shadows and secrets, each step she took feeling like a plunge into the unknown. Time seemed to lose its meaning as Sarah wandered deeper into the path, the world around her fading into a haze of uncertainty. She couldn't remember how long she had been walking or where she was headed. All she knew was the overwhelming sense of being lost, adrift in a sea of darkness. Suddenly, Sarah heard a noise, a faint whisper echoing through the silence of the path. She froze, her heart pounding in her chest as she strained to listen. It sounded like someone calling her name, a distant voice beckoning her into the depth of the night. With trembling steps, Sarah followed the sound, her senses heightened by fear and anticipation. The path seemed to stretch on endlessly, each corner revealing nothing but more darkness. But still, she pressed on, driven by a primal instinct she couldn't quite understand. Eventually, the path opened up into a small courtyard, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she surveyed her surroundings, her eyes drawn to the figure standing in the center of the courtyard. It was a woman, her features obscured by the shadows, but there was something familiar about her presence. Sarah felt a surge of recognition wash over her, though she couldn't place where she had seen the woman before. "Sarah," the woman whispered, her voice like a gentle breeze rustling through the night. "You have come at last." Sarah took a hesitant step forward, her heart pounding in her chest. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The woman smiled, though it was a sad, haunting expression. "I am the guardian of the lost night," she said. "And you, my dear, are lost indeed." Sarah felt a shiver run down her spine at the woman's words. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice trembling. The woman gestured to the courtyard around them. The moonlight casting long shadows across the ancient cobblestones. This is a place between worlds, where time stands still and lost souls wander. She explained, "You must stumble into the night's embrace, and now you must find your way back before it consumes you." Sarah felt a wave of panic wash over her at the woman's words. She looked around, but the courtyard seemed to stretch on endlessly. No exit in sight. "How do I get out of here?" she asked, her voice desperate. The woman reached out and took Sarah's hand, her touch surprisingly warm against the chill of the night. "You must remember," she said softly. "Remember who you are and where you come from. Only then will you find your way back to the light." Sarah closed her eyes, trying to summon memories from the depths of her mind. Flashes of images flickered behind her eyelids. A childhood home, the faces of loved ones, moments of joy and sorrow intertwined. With each memory, the darkness around her seemed to recede, replaced by a faint glimmer of light. Suddenly, Sarah's eyes snapped open, a sense of clarity washing over her. She looked at the woman before her, a newfound determination in her gaze. "Thank you," she said, her voice steady. "I know who I am now, and I won't let the night consume me." With a final note to the woman, Sarah turned and began to walk, each step filled with purpose and resolve. As she moved forward, the darkness began to retreat, replaced by the familiar sights and sounds of the city. And though the night still held its mystery, Sarah knew that she would never again be lost in its embrace, for she had found her way back to the light, guided by the memories that anchored her to the world she called home. And though the night may always hold its secrets, Sarah knew that she would never again be afraid of the darkness, for she carried the light of her own truth within her heart.